Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. Coming up on today's show, we're going to take a look at what they're doing down in Swainton, New Jersey at the old Sand Barons. It's going to be called Union National, and the Union League purchased it, renamed it, and now they're doing some fine-tuning of Sand Barons, now known as Union National. We'll bring you up to date. Also coming up on today's show, our teed-off panel talks about the next Ryder Cup. And did you ever hear of Top Tracer? Well, if you don't know about it, you will later on, right here on Inside Golf. Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.
I'd be nowhere near the golfer or person that I am today without Cam. We don't hold our thoughts back with each other, and that's why we're able to be so successful.
Jordan brought with him a tremendous desire to achieve, whether it was that first day that we met or every session thereafter.
One of the epic performances.
Accomplishing these lifetime goals, could not have done it without Cam.
The best stories end in thanks. Share your story at ThanksPGAPro.com.
Welcome back to Inside Golf for the PGA Merchandise Show in Orlando, Florida. Over the past few months, the Union League of Philadelphia purchased what had been known as Sand Barons Golf Club. It opened about 20 years ago down outside of Avalon, New Jersey. It's been renamed. It's now going to be known as the Union League National Golf Club. And one of the original architects was Dana Fry. His partner now is Jason Straka. We caught up to Jason here in Orlando, Florida, to talk about what's planned at the new and soon-to-be open Union League National Golf Club at the Jersey Shore. I'd like to introduce you to Jason Straka of Fry and Straka, golf course designers. And Jason, you got a big project down in South Jersey coming up. It was formerly known as Sand Barons, and you were involved when Hurston and Fry did the original Sand Barons 20 years ago. Now you're back on property, huh?
It's been a long time, and I think that just shows you how old that we're getting now, because when you start going and doing some renovation work to your original designs from way back when, it's exciting. You know, it's an exciting opportunity, obviously. First, working with the Union League of Philadelphia, that's obviously a great organization. And secondly, to be back on site from something that all of us had worked on so long ago, and sort of get to reimagine it and reinvent it.
Yeah, it's not everybody gets that opportunity. What is going to be the final look? And it's going to take how many years before we see the, I don't want to call it a redesign, but you know, the renovation of this golf course?
We're looking at it for about a 3-year project. So right now, through the beginning of summer, we'll be doing a lot of greens complex work, sort of getting it to the look and the expectation that a private club would expect. So we'll be doing that work, and then later this year, we'll start in on some of the heavier work, as we call it, which would include tees and fairways, and even looking at expanding the practice facilities and making it something where, again, the private club expectations would meet what would be out there now.
Okay, is it safe to say we'll still see a 27-hole golf course?
I think you'll still see a 27-hole golf course. That's their ultimate goal. Of course, they have lots of members, and so when they head down to the shore, you have that beach culture, and people like to go out and play golf in the morning, do that, and maybe be at lunch and then head out to the beach. So with 27 holes, it certainly makes it easier to accommodate that type of lifestyle.
And from what I've been hearing, there's been an influx of new members since the announcement of the acquisition by the Union leg of Sand Barons, upwards of 300 new golfers.
Isn't that something? That just shows how well they're marketing it and what the demand is. And so they're smart business people, for one, and of course they're tapping into that group of folks who are obviously looking for something like this. So, which makes it even all the more exciting because we know that the demand is there.
When you look at the original design, and I've been there, and obviously you worked on it, the name Sand Barons, there was a reason for that. There was a lot of bunkers, there was a lot of waste area. What can you do with that property to enhance it?
So we're going to take it to sort of the next level, if you will, which really includes styling some of the bunkers into more of a Pine Valley look, which of course a lot of Philly folks are familiar with. So before it was a little bit more of a manicured, textured look to it, and so now it'll be a little wilder look, again, much like a Pine Valley. The other thing too is that you have to remember that golf course was built as a resort facility. And it's aged, and so just like anything that's aged, you need to go back in and maybe widen out the fairways a little bit, and trees have gotten a lot bigger, and so we need to maybe thin some of those out, and so we'll enhance the play aspect of it. It should be a fun golf course for people who are heading down to the shore. They're not looking to get beat up by any stretch of the imagination, so they're on vacation, so they want to go out and have fun and get to the beach.
One of the signature parts of the original Sand Barons was that huge double green.
Oh yeah.
I forget the holes and whether what courses they were on, but it's like I say, something that you'll remember forever. Is it going to remain?
It will remain. So I'll never forget Dana, my business partner, we have to get it to an acre. That was the golden number. You needed to get it to an acre in size.
I'm sure the superintendent loved that, but a lot of maintenance.
I know. It's even tough to hit a putt hard enough to get from one end to the other. But it's
a big bowl too, right?
It is. I mean, you could spend all day there just having some fun to it.
I don't want to spend 5 putts.
Yeah. I've had a few of those maybe, but it's fun. It is going to remain. The nice thing about that is that because the site was all sand, it didn't really cost anything to build. So it wasn't like the traditional golf courses where you were buying the materials and bringing it in. There it was put a little bit of drainage in the ground, and so long as you planted it to grass that would be a putting green height, you called it a green. So whether it was 1 acre or even 2 acres, it didn't really matter.
Well, it should be a lot of fun. Like I say, how many people get a chance to go back and enhance a project that they were responsible for 20 years ago? But you and Dana are going to do it. And Jason, we want to thank you, first of all, for catching up here at the Merchandise Show. And we're going to catch up with you and Dana, I hope, in the not too distant future down at Union League Golf, down at Union League National Golf in South Jersey.
I look forward to it. Thanks for the opportunity.
All right, thank you. Well, Jason, I'm going to take you up on that. We'll be going down to Union National in Swainton, New Jersey, and see how the work is progressing. All right, stay with us. More to come on Inside Golf, including a look at some new product lines we found during our trip to the PGA Merchandise Show. A ball, a mat, and top tracer. That's next on Inside Golf. Hey viewers of Inside Golf, have you heard about Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine? Published by ex-Eagles and Philadelphia Stars tight end Ken Dunnick, these magazines offer the very best in content on subjects of interest to men. Writers include Bill Line and George Anastasia. And you can increase your business by attending our monthly private parties as an advertiser. Call 856-912-4007 or email ken@jerseymanmagazine.com for more information.
As long as there is fear, as long as there is curiosity, as long as there are undiscovered corners of the earth, and as long as there is willingness and desire, then you are capable of more. The BMW Championship is coming to Philadelphia September 2018. The top 70 PGA Tour players will be there. Will you?
This is Brett Blakely, one of the co-founders of Encore Golf. I'm going to talk to you guys about our premium tour ball, the Elixir. The Elixir actually officially launched last March, but this is the first PGA show that the world is getting to see it. what we've done for the innovation in this ball is it's been a full circle culmination of our original technology, which was to create true perimeter weighting using a hollow metal core. Now this ball does not feature a hollow metal core because the stiffness and spin rates wouldn't justify it as a premium tour ball. So what we did is we took the hollow metal core, we essentially blew that up, took high density particles, sprayed those around the mantle and the perimeter of the golf ball. And what that does is, A, it gives it the highest velocity. It's literally the hottest golf ball on the market. We actually had a warning letter from the USGA that we were at the limit, 0.02% from being illegal. After you get the initial velocity factor checked in, you also have the perimeter weighting. Through our testing, we've known that it's 31% straighter than the top 3 selling tour balls on the market. Plus, you've got an extra thick coat of urethane around that, so you're going to get a really nice soft feel around the greens. It's a trampoline off the tee, soft around the greens. This thing has made the hot list in Golf Digest. We've had players switch mid-season on tour because it is that good. We've had players of all skill levels say that they can't believe anything like it. Mr. 59, if you know who he is, Al Geiberger, said it's the most complete ball he's ever played. So it's an 80 to 85 compression premium tour ball. We tell everybody you're getting a premium ball without a premium price. And this is really our big baby that we have just kind of catapulted us into the stratosphere over the last year, and we're really excited about it. Everybody at the PGA show is just thrilled. We had 100 of the media play it at the Tour Edge tournament on Monday. They couldn't get enough of it. So it's game on, game over, Encore Golf.
Well, as you can see, I'm wearing my Golf Range of America hat, and we're talking to Ani Mehta, who was with Top Golf. And Ani, we're going to talk about a new product for you guys called Top Tracer. Actually, people may remember it when it was Pro Tracer, but Top Golf took over the company, rebranded the name, and tell us, this is a product, folks, that may be coming to a driving range near you.
Yeah, this is a product that Top Tracer has been working on for the last couple of years, and it's a product that is intended to turn any basic driving range into a sort of Top Golf. You know, it's intended to raise the driving range experience by a few notches by adding a way for people to practice with purpose and practice with feedback, and to give people a way to have fun on the driving range by giving them a chance to play golf courses and other game modes.
Yeah, so, you know, when you go to a driving range, hitting balls, be it at an open driving range or a club range, after a couple minutes maybe, you know, you're hitting it pretty good, but you want to, like you said, maybe inject a little bit of fun into it, and maybe the learning experience can be enhanced. So tell us, give us the Cliff Notes version of what this is all about.
Yeah, so we have 6 game modes that are live today. There are a couple that are intended for the more serious golfer. So if you want to practice, like I said, with purpose, and you want some feedback on how you're doing, this technology can track all the ball flight statistics about your shot, and you can store that data over time. So now you know how you're doing over time, and you can, you know, use that data to get better. And then we have a few game modes that are live today that are intended for people who want to have a bit more fun, even if you're a serious golfer. So you can play Pebble Beach, for example, as a virtual golf course. You can play a points game or target style game that is more like a Top Golf. You can have like a closest to pin or a long drive competition. So, you know, it provides everyone something to do and have a reason to have fun at the driving range, whether you're a serious golfer, you know, a junior, you know, women, or if you're a non-serious golfer that just wants to, you know, get your feet wet.
And it's easy, touchscreen, very intuitive. You don't have to be an IT specialist to operate it. And then you can download all of the information and data you get, put it on your iPhone or whatever, and you're out there with a 140-yard shot to the pin, say, hey, what did Top Tracer tell me back when I was using it?
Yeah, no, exactly. So we have an app that runs on the phone, which we call the community app, and that maps to what's happening in the game screen. So all that data is stored over time, and you can use that to your benefit. But yeah, essentially, you know, if you think about what Topgolf has done to the golf industry, it's about making golf more fun. It's about making golf more accessible. And this is just another way for us to bring that type of experience into the green grass golf world, and also for us to reach out in terms of our brand and marketing into cities and places where we don't have a venue today.
A teaching aid and fun. Top Tracer is the product. Look for it at your driving range. Johnny, thanks and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Joe McLean. We're down here in Orlando at the PGA Golf Merchandise Show. and we're here to demonstrate our golf impact mat. The name of our company is AccuStrikeGolf.com, and basically you can see that this product here shows the swing path. It shows whether you hit too far behind the ball, whether you hit it across the line, whether you hit it on the heel or the toe of the club. You just take your club and swipe it back. This is our indoor mat, which just comes with some Velcro. You Velcro it to the floor, the carpet, the tile, and then we also have an outdoor mat, which just comes with 4 tees. You put it in the ground. This concept was devised in Philadelphia by our inventor named Mark Seaver, whose mother is 15-time club champion in the Philadelphia area, and she said to him one day, if I could only see what my club does when I hit the ball, I would have something. And Mark came up with this concept, and we are selling them like crazy. They're going out like hotcakes.
I'm going to say just win, baby, and then we'll worry about how great the roster
You don't have to be
is.
the best team of all time, just be the best team those 3 days. Right.
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues now with our teed-off panel. We're in Bluebell, Pennsylvania at the historic Bluebell Inn, which is right down the road, by the way, from Bluestone Country Club. Bluestone Country Club has, are you ready for this, an incentive program for 2-year membership. And you can get all the details on that by going to their website. It's bluestonecc.com. Our panel today has back with us Mike Kern, esteemed Philadelphia sports writer for decades.
Is it true that all the midgets on this panel get a free membership to his club?
I don't know. Go to bluestonecc.com and find out. I'm sure it'll have some fine print there. Oscar Mestri, he is at Overbrook Golf Club, and he's also a member of the executive committee of the Golf Association of Philadelphia. Good to see you again, Oscar.
Good to see you, Harry.
And from Bluestone, as you can see right there on his little vest, is the head professional, Mr. Chris Gardner. Chris, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Freddie Couples has been a member of previous Ryder Cup teams, won the Masters a long time ago, but now he's kind of on the sidelines a little bit. He's got a little podcast going on, I think, on Sirius XM. He also has a show once a week. And recently he came out and said, Mike Kern, that he thinks that the roster being assembled by Jim Furyk, he's the captain this year of the Ryder Cup team, and going to Paris may be the strongest U.S. roster in the history of the Ryder Cup. And you say?
Freddie won the second Masters I covered, and Rick Riley of SI wrote a better story. Look, people say things. I don't know if he means what he's saying. I hope he does. I think sometimes people say something for whatever effect they want to. I remember there was a Ryder Cup team back in the 70s. I'm going to get the years wrong or whatever. There was like 9 Hall of Famers on it. Guys that, you know, are kind of, a lot of them legendary kind of
like
guys.
A lot of GOATs, greatest of all time guys,
I mean,
right?
you know, just really good. No, and I'm not saying this team's not whatever he thinks it might be, but let's pump the brakes a little, because I'm guessing that if we get through 6 through 12, maybe it's not the greatest team. I mean, I'm sure 1 through 4, we're going to have a lot of really good players in the world rankings right now and all that. And by the way, we haven't won in Europe since 1993.
I was going to say, just win, baby, and then we'll worry about how great the roster
is. You don't have to be
is.
the best team of all time, just be the best team those 3 days. Right.
That's but he's really saying something, Oscar. And like Mike said, you know, like you can go back, even that far back in the 70s, and see some great rosters that didn't win, okay, for the U.S. Back then they did.
Yes.
Yeah, well, in '79 they changed the whole format. They added Europe, and Ballesteros and all came over and made it more competitive. They still didn't win, though, until what, the 90s on a consistent.
85 or 87, they won it at Nicklaus's course out at Muirfield. I know that, yeah.
Right. But to say this, do you think he's just trying to throw something out there to get people to get revved up in advance of this, or what?
You know,
not that the Ryder Cup needs any extra promotion.
Right, but you know, to me, it's whenever you say the best ever is always a frightening term. So maybe it's to pump up his team, to get them confidence, to help with marketing of an event that's already a pretty big worldwide stage. But you know, as Mike said, for me, I need to pump the brakes a little bit. It's there's some very strong players, and players that maybe it'll take 10, 15 years from now to find out how good they really are. They're kind of young and new into their legacy. They haven't had time to build a legacy yet, so I don't know how you can say they're the greatest.
And the other thing is, Chris, no matter how good these guys are, how many tournaments they've won collectively, the Ryder Cup is a whole different ballgame. You know, the stage, especially if you're going to Paris, where they've never had it before, and there's a lot of anticipation over there to host the Ryder Cup. It puts your whole game into a whole different strata.
Oh, sure. And you got to realize, if he said they're the best team of all time, then maybe he is saying something about their camaraderie inside. Maybe the fact that they're actually getting along a little bit better than some of the teams that we've seen over the recent history. I mean, the 04 team had certainly some disagreements throughout the weekend, and Mickelson had some comments a couple years ago about how they just didn't gel. So maybe this is a group of guys, because they're all younger and traveling together, that maybe get along and are the greatest team that they've seen in a while. In my recent history, the '99 team was the most fun to watch. I think that '99.
Refresh our memories. Who?
That was at Brookline.
Sunday.
That was the comeback at Brookline.
Sunday was fun to watch.
Comeback at Brookline was
that was
probably the
Justin
best.
Leonard in the putt. Right?
Yeah, probably the best day of
Tiger,
golf I'd
Payne
ever seen.
Stewart,
So
Mickelson.
that's a pretty strong team.
I'm probably leaving a couple guys out. Davis Love was probably on that team.
And Duval was at his
Yes,
best at
that's
that
right.
time too.
Yeah.
So it was a great team, and I think that it's possible that going back even to last year, that Sunday, the singles matches on Sunday, when you had Rory and you had Patrick Reed, that was a lot of fun of golf to watch. So say what you want about the Ryder Cup, you're going to have a great, you're going to have a great story every year. Yeah. 63 and 65, I think, on Sunday. So it may be their best team, but I think, like you said before, you can make that statement after the tournament's over, possibly. Let's see who's on the team first, but it's going to be a very talented on both sides.
Yeah, he's raised the bar. There's no doubt about it. It remains to be seen if, Freddie, he may be a assistant captain on this team. I mean, Davis Love, I don't think has yet named him one. And then you have the whole thing of, will Freddie Couples ever be a U.S. Ryder Cup captain? Probably not.
He was a President's Cup captain, right?
He was.
Yeah.
But I mean, by the time that we get into the next, I mean, there's a whole nother generation of golfers on the brink of becoming Ryder Cup captains. Maybe this is his way of saying goodbye to it all. I don't know.
When will Tiger Woods be a Ryder Cup captain?
If ever. He will be. He'll be asked if he wants to do it.
I think he'll do. I mean, I don't think Tiger's that petty. I mean, that's an honor. I think if somebody, and the fact that he was willing to be a vice captain or whatever he was, and actually be a part of it.
And Phil's on that list, right?
Phil,
the short list.
God, Phil's got to be, because he's probably played more Ryder Cup matches than any American, I'm guessing, or he's right up there. So yeah, it'll be interesting. And the thing is, Phil will be one of the players on this team. I think he's going to be a captain, because I think they get 4 captains picks now, right? It used to be a little different. I think Phil's going to be on the team at
That'll
47
be amazing.
years old.
He'll be by then. He'll be 48, I believe.
I would want Phil on the team. It's like, I think with the Euros, I think if Ian Poulter is playing reasonably well at that point, you kind of have to look at taking him. And Europe always comes up with 2 guys you've never heard of, ever, because they come and beat somebody like in a big spot in the Ryder, especially when it's over there.
They don't miss a putt during those 3 days.
No. And I think it might be good for the U.S. that it's not, I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, but that it's not in Scotland, or it's not in the great, that it's in Paris. Maybe that'll take a little bit of that hostility thing away. I don't know.
Interesting sidebar to the whole thing in Paris. Recently interviewed at the PGA Merchandise Show a group representing French tourism, and they said that ticket sales right now we're running more to Americans than they were to Parisians or Frenchmen and Europeans.
Nice trip for Americans.
Might be a little home crowd advantage for the U.S. at the, what is it called? The Club National, I think, in suburban Paris.
You get the Brits who really bring that passion with them. Do they cross the channel?
I don't think we have to be too worried about the European fans being loud and boisterous. I think they'll take care of that.
That'll test the mettle of the greatest Ryder Cup roster in the history of the U.S. competition in that great event. Gentlemen, thank you, and we'll be back. More of Inside Golf coming up. Located in Blue Bell, just a short drive from Plymouth Meeting, Bluestone Country Club offers a setting that's close at hand but feels like a world away. Bluestone offers a championship caliber golf course, practice facilities including a large driving range, separate chipping and putting areas, and a staff of PGA professionals. At the Country House at Bluestone, you'll find excellent food, superb service, and an outstanding setting. Their expert staff will assist in planning your next event, whether it's a wedding or simply a luncheon, dinner, or cocktail party. Check out Bluestone's variety of membership options. Much more than a golf course, Bluestone is a community.
The first tee of Greater Philadelphia, where golf is more than a game.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Hope you enjoyed our look at what's going on down at Union National in Swainton, New Jersey. And next week, we'll be here at Ravens Claw, where they're getting ready for, first time ever, the Valley Forge Invitational. That's an LPGA Symetra Tour event. And it's going to be right here at Ravens Claw late in May. In fact, Memorial Day weekend. They'll be teeing off. Grass is going to be greener. Crowds will be here. And it's going to be an exciting week of golf at Ravens Claw. I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up. See you next time from Ravens Claw here on Inside Golf. Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.